Hello, hello. How are you doing this evening? Let me get everything set up. Oh, there it goes. All right, perfect. I'm not sure. Am I in the right? All right, it looks like we are there. Let me pull this up on my phone really quick and make sure. Mm-hmm. All right, yes. We are there. All right, perfect. And I know I'm late in the evening getting on here with you guys, but I hope. Wait, perfect. Wait. Okay. Don't know what I just did. All right. So, is it not? Hold on. Okay. Is it working? I'm not sure. Hold on. It's still saying it's not, but it looks like, well, we're going to do this anyway. Let's see. Hold on. What is going on this thing? Still saying it's not, but it looks like, well, we're going to do this anyway. There we go. All right. I think I have it set now. I apologize. It's not cooperating, and it could be me. I mean, that is a possibility because I've been super busy relocating my office into a different place in my home. Hello, Wendy. Good to have you here. And so the funny thing is that everything's in a different place. I've been trying to put my computer pieces back together. And so I have over the weekend, I did nothing on the computer because it was all over the place. So I've got it set back up. So here we are. And I had a lot of things going on earlier today. I had someone coming to fix my kitchen sink, and they were coming at the exact same time I was supposed to be on here with you guys, and then just been busy. So I'm glad to be here with you tonight, and thank you for showing up. And I definitely appreciate you. What I wanted to talk about today is about momentum and trusting that we're moving in the right direction, because trust isn't kind of sitting in the corner with our fingers crossed hoping that things are going to work out. And because trust is a muscle that you build when you walk into the unknown with your chin up, your heart open, and getting ready for the next steps, even when your knees are shaking. Because the interesting thing is, even when you want change so desperately, things aren't going the way you want this change, it can be scary, it can be uncomfortable. I've been working with my coach for the past month on different limiting beliefs and things. And sometimes those little beliefs, it's like they're so underneath the surface, but when they start bubbling up, it's uncomfortable. And that's just how change can be. But man, oh man, is it so delicious on the other side, right? So, what I'm getting at is being able to trust the process that we're going through. And I know you guys that have heard me before, there's so much about having faith in what you're doing and knowing that even though you can't see evidence of what you want and you're just not sure how it's going to come about, you can find a place in you that says, is it possible? Is it possible? Because the thing that we do a lot of times is we think, hi, Nicole. Hi, Nicole. Is what happens a lot of times is we think that we have an idea of the way things are go. And if things are not going exactly that way, we think it's a failure. But I'll really harp on this a lot, is that sometimes possibilities show up as obstacles that actually redirect you into something else. So what I want you to do is reframe and trust your path. So just know that the unknown isn't just empty space. When you have this desire of something, and I'm sure if you're on here, you have something that you're wanting to do in your life, whether it's something that's working well or it's something that's not. You still have this vision of what it's supposed to look like. And so what's interesting is that what you can't see is often where your next miracle is waiting. Something holds you back. Something keeps you moving over here instead of going over here like you wanted to. So don't confuse lack of visibility of the thing coming about with the lack of movement. Because it's kind of like, when you see the little cartoon thing of the duck in the water, and underneath you can see his feet paddling like crazy, right? But he's smooth up above, but he's paddling like crazy. And I'm not saying I want you to paddle like crazy, but I want you to understand that smooth thing, there's some effort going on, and you just have to trust that you're paddling in the right direction, right? Is that making sense, guys? And then if you're being pulled into something that you want to do, an idea you have, an inspiration, somebody you want to talk to, if there's a tug in your chest, maybe that wild idea that you had come up just at random, and now you dream about it, you think about it, right? It's really a breadcrumb from your future self. Now, doesn't that sound good to think about? Your future self was out there leaving breadcrumbs for you, right? So think about it. What are the breadcrumbs that your future self might be laying out there for you? And as you get here, make sure you say hello and let me know that you're here. And this is going to be short and sweet tonight. Like I was explaining, I just had such a busy day with things, and this was the first chance I got to get on here with you guys. But I didn't want to let the day go by without having got on here for you. So what are the breadcrumbs that your future self is leaving in your life right now? What do you think? Any ideas? I went with my daughter yesterday. She was buying a car, not a brand new car. She was buying a used car. And the thing that was interesting is we drove over an hour to get to this car. Now, well, let me back up. We went to see two yesterday. The first one we went to see was like, no, we're not even going to look at this one. It was like not what they promised in the least. We were going for a test drive, and it had a flat tire and the battery was dead. So obviously not the place we wanted to be. So we waited till later. My daughter saw one that had come up, and we drove that hour and a half out there, and we had great conversations while we were going, right? And one of the things I kept reminding myself as we were going out there, but I will share, we had space in the garage, but she hasn't had a car in a while. Hers broke down and ended up not being worth fix. So we've been sharing her car. But I knew yesterday that even if that wasn't the car she got, she would be getting one soon. So I tidied up a little bit of the garage where we ended up sitting things since she didn't have her car there and making space for this car. So I even told her, I said, I'm being optimistic. I made space for your car. She said, okay. So when we go, the car, although it was a little older than she would have wanted to get, but it was within her budget. And the guy was so nice. And he had all of the service records because it had been in his family since the car had been first off the lot. And what I'm kind of getting at is when she was looking at all these different ads for cars, she just happened to look one more time. And there was that guy. And we had that car we looked at earlier in the day that it was very deflating to even see what this car looked like and what they were asking for it. And so that felt like an obstacle, right? What are we going to do now? But then she kept looking and she saw that ad. He hadn't even had it up, but maybe an hour when she saw it. And she said, maybe I should reach out and we can go see him tomorrow. And I said, I think if you really like it, you need to try to go tonight. Hi, Grace. Good to see you. And so we went to go see the car and the guy was so nice. The car is perfect for her. Now it's an older car, so we're about to have an oil leak checked, but who knows who we're going to meet in the process of taking care of that. So the thing is that a lot of times we can't see what's really going on the surface, but we keep going and we keep trusting, right? Think of trust like walking across a bridge. Think of trust like walking across a rope bridge in the fog. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever been to some of those places that we used to go to one in Tennessee. I don't even remember the name of it. And they had this really long rope bridge, which was scary, right? But what if that rope bridge in the fog, that every time you put your foot out, another I'm so glad you guys are checking in with each other. But you're stepping forward in the fog on that. You can see that plank right in front of you. And as you step on it, the next one appears and the next one appears and the next one appears. So it's trusting that it's all going to work out. Now, this is something I have to remind myself of too, because there are times that I will have this idea, this plan of what I'm going to do and how it's going to look and have this dream and this vision. And then it's not exactly the way I intended. But normally, when I get to the place where that thing happens, it's better than I thought it would be, better than I dreamed. That's one of the reasons I've told you guys before that I don't like telling people what I want for a gift, for my birthday, for Christmas or whatever, because whatever I tell them, they'll get what I want. But most of the time, they can find something that I didn't even think of. And so I don't want to tell them. I want them to surprise me. I love surprises. And so if you can kind of get to a place where you love being surprised by life, it's going to be so much better, right? And that wood plank, when you step on it and the next one appears, it doesn't appear before you step. So you have to have faith in the process and keep moving. I mean, we come up with amazing ideas when we're moving forward, right? You guys agree? Let's see, am I in the right place? Okay. I keep switching my window. Oh, good, good, good. So I have a journal prompt for you tonight. And I want you to write this down, and I want you to take some time to really get quiet and think about it. Like I've said before, tap into that silence and the breath and really get that subconscious mind going. So what's one area of your life where you're being called to trust boldly about something? What's that area? And then what's the next brave move you can make today or tomorrow, even if you don't feel ready? What's that brave step? Is there anything been on your hearts that you've been thinking about, dreaming about, but one of those little subconscious beliefs say, I'm not ready. Oh, I don't know if that's right for me. I don't know if it's the right time. I don't know if that's me. I don't know if I deserve that. I don't know if I want to deal with that. And there's a lot of times in our business, we kind of hold ourselves back because sometimes we're afraid that we can't handle the success or the issues that may come with it. One of the things that I've discovered recently is that one of the limiting beliefs that I have is that, let me see if I can remember how to phrase it because I've been working on this one for a little bit, is that people that make good money work so friggin' hard all the time, and they have no time for themselves. And I see evidence of that all over the place, right? People like the nose to the grindstone, and they're really marching to it. And then you hear a lot of the gurus and everything talking, and they're telling you, well, you can rest later. You got to really work it hard now. But I'm discovering that that's a limiting belief. It's not necessarily true, because there are people that do things exceptionally well, but they don't do it at this fierce pace, and they don't seem to be constantly working. So it's possible, right? And like for me, I wanted to have a business that was more relaxed and not almost like another 9 to 5. So I realized that limiting belief has really been holding me back. So what's a limiting belief that maybe you have? And because of that limiting belief, you're holding yourself back. So I'm going to give you the journal prompt again. Finish intro video for a new second job online. Found time to do it and get help with it. Then I can get started. All right, beautiful. Fear, yes. Fear is a big one. I had fear, believe it or not. I had fear about some of the silliest little things. And so I'm working through them one by one by one, peeling back the layers of my onion, right? But going back to the journal prompt, write it down and then spend some time with it and really dive in. What's the one area of your life where you're being called to trust boldly? And what's the next brave move you can make today, even if you don't feel ready? So I'm glad, Wendy, that you're sharing that you've already done the intro video for the second online job, and that you actually got help with it. Oh, or maybe you're meaning you're getting help with it. But you can do that. You can do this. So I would say the first thing to do would be figure out what's the most important thing to do first and start. Because we can always talk ourselves into procrastination because it's the fear, like you said, Wendy, it's the unknown. Getting help. Yeah. Okay. So do you know where you can get help at this point? Or are you trying to research that? And if you're watching this live, a friend, okay, beautiful. So your task is to reach out to that friend and start the process of getting that help. And that is getting started. Turning video into MP4. Okay. You can Google that too. You can ask ChatGPT. The thing is, what platform is your video on? Where is it saved? Do you know where it's set, where you saved it? So what I was going to say a moment ago is that if you're here live, thank you so much. And if you're watching the replay, make sure you put hashtag replay and go ahead and write that journal prompt down. And then if there's ever a time that you feel like you're done waiting for getting through some of these limiting beliefs, or you're done waiting for the perfect time to walk in your power and your purpose, just send me a direct message and we'll just have a little clarity call. You have a Mac, it has a photo movie app. It is saved on my Finder on my job folder. Okay. I have a Mac too, but I've never used the movie photo on that. I usually put my stuff into either Descript or I put it into Canva. But well, hopefully your friend will be able to help you. I wish I used that on my Mac and I would tell you, but I don't use it. Most of the time when you've got a video and you save it for your computer, a lot of times it asks you how you want it saved. I know it does for some of the things that I'm doing, but I don't know if it does it on the Mac photo thing. I have a Canva account and I just put it into Canva as a video. You can upload it into your Canva and then save it as a video MP4. And if you can't get help from your friend, let me know and I'll see if I can send you a Loom video or something that shows you how to do that. I may have time tomorrow to work on that if you need that. But anybody that needs help with moving forward, just schedule a clarity call with me. And remember, life rewards the brave, not the perfect. Now, doesn't that feel good? Do it messy. Just do it. So the big thing is asking for help is amazing, Wendy. And then make your next step. Do it. Start. Starting, doing any part of it is actually starting the whole thing. Yes. All right. So like I said, reach out to me, Wendy, if you need me to do a Loom video. Yes, she does. She does. So we don't have to be perfect. Because the path ahead is already blessed. And you're blessed. All right. So if there's not any more questions, I'm going to go ahead and say good night. I have, where did my things go? I have a lot of things left to do still, and I am wanting to get in bed early tonight. Don't always manage it, but I am working on doing that more often. So thank you guys for showing up and being here, and I will see you again next Monday. Have a blessed one, and I will see you soon. Mwah. Hold on a second. They changed my StreamYard, so I'm looking to see. I don't want to leave studio. I want to stop record, not. All right, there we go. All right. Thank you guys. I'm glad it was helpful, Wendy.